Welcome back to our virtual Family Saturday series. While we wish you were able to join us at the Bowdoin College Museum of Art, we are happy to be with you from the comfort of your own home. In today's installment of Virtual Family Saturday, we will be exploring the exhibition Presence of the Past, Art from Central and West Africa. The exhibition explores social themes present in African art across time, but today we will be focusing on a few examples that speak to the importance of ancestry in Central and West African society. You'll get to learn about different cultures today and see new art forms. To make this video more engaging, we encourage parents and guardians to watch the video with your children, pausing after any questions to engage your family and your little ones in conversation. At the end, we'll have an activity, so stick around for that. And now we'll turn to the exhibition itself. Are you ready? Let's go. Today we will see a few objects that help people connect with their ancestors. An ancestor is a person from whom you are descended. So think of your grandparents. They are people far back in your family, and that's where you come from. Some groups in Central Africa believed that they could connect to their ancestors through the use of special objects, and we're going to turn to one just now. This first object is a mother and child figure made in the 1800s. The figure looks like a kneeling woman holding a child, which is laying in her lap in her arms. This figure is also wearing a large hat usually worn by women chiefs or leaders in Yombe society. Yombe is the name of a tribal group of people that live mainly in Central Africa, shown on the map here. The figure, also known as a Femba, celebrates children, motherhood, and the ability to have children. The word Femba has two meanings, one of which is the name of a mother found in Yombe society. If you had to make a sculpture of you and your mother or mother figure, what would yours look like? Or what would you be doing? The next ancestral figure we're going to look at today is this reliquary figure made in the 1900s. As you can see, it looks much different from the mother and child figure we saw. While the other figure was made of wood, this one includes copper and brass, two metals that make this figure shine. The figure was used to represent the power of its owner's ancestors. It was once kept in a box containing bones of these ancestors, which was meant to show that the owners of this figure really respected their ancestors. To show respect and appreciation for my ancestors, I kept jewelry, things like necklaces, rings, and cufflinks. If you had to hold on to an object to remember and honor your ancestors, what would you keep? Some objects were performed, meaning that they were worn and used in dances and ceremonies, such as the one here. This is a female initiation mask, and we do not know when it was created. The mask was carved from the trunk of a tree. It has a small face in the center, with swirling and crisscrossing lines around the top. This is a helmet-shaped mask, likely worn on top of someone's head, sort of like putting on a hat. Wearing this type of mask was special for female initiation ceremonies, which is where a girl was transformed into a woman. If you look closely at the face, we can learn a little about Mende people's idea of beauty. The Mende were a tribal group in West Africa, shown on the map here. In their society, women's beauty was seen as having a smooth, wide forehead, a small mouth, and a ringed neck. The final piece that we're going to see today is this Adinkra cloth, made pretty recently, between 2013 and 2015. The black cloth is typically worn at a funeral. Among Asante and Akan people, two groups in West Africa, the families would all dress in the same black cloth at the funeral to represent unity. Adinkra cloth is a printed fabric made among the Akan people in Ghana, West Africa, shown on the map here. The making of this type of fabric dates back to the 1800s, a very long time ago since the making of this cloth in front of us. It is usually a printed or a stamped cloth, meaning that someone applies a design to the cloth rather than weaving a cloth. The cloth we see here is black and gray with two patterns on the fabric. One of the patterns, the short-shaped one, is known as an adinkra symbol. There are over 100 symbols, and each has its own meaning. The sword-shaped symbol, also called akofina, represents courage and strength. If you had to pick a symbol to describe yourself or your personality, what would you choose? Today, we got to see a number of sculptures or figures that carry different meanings in Central and West Africa. The last one we saw was a adinkra cloth. Remember, it was the black and gray cloth with the sword-shaped symbol. A adinkra cloth is one of many fabrics produced in West Africa. Another is kente cloth, which, like a adinkra, is specifically from Ghana, made of hand-woven cloth. Both cloths are associated with Akan and Asante society, two groups in Ghana. Making kente and adinkra cloth are usually made by men. It is a tradition passed down in families. Cloth makers learn it from their fathers, uncles, and grandfathers. While the cloths look different, adinkra and kente cloth both have special meanings because of their use of symbols, in the case of adinkra cloth, or colors and patterns, like kente cloth. Kente cloth is a fabric woven on a loom, which means that long threads are interlaced together to make a fabric. While there are a number of weaving patterns used in kente cloth, we are going to use today's activity to understand how weaving works. This activity might be a little advanced, so you may want your parent or guardian to help you. You'll want some colored paper and scissors for this activity. If you want to get fancy, you can even use felt paper or fabric. It helps to have two different colored sheets of paper, so you may want to decorate each paper or fabric differently if you only have blank white sheets of paper. To start this activity, you will want to take 2 sheets of paper or big squares of fabric and cut them into strips. I've already started this here, but we'll demonstrate for you. It helps to cut them into big strips, and these are what you'll use to weave into your makeshift fabric or makeshift paper. There. Put those to the side. With the next sheet of paper, you want to cut them into strips as well, but leave them connected at the ends. I've already started this so you can see what I'm talking about. So for each section, they are cut into horizontal strips, but they're all connected at the end. You don't want to cut all the way down. So I'll keep doing this here. And remember to stop a little before the end of the paper so that they all stay connected. There. Now you're done with your scissors, so you can put them away. Now here's the tricky part, weaving. A simple weaving pattern is to go in and out, alternating between the strips so you create a square grid. Place your first piece of paper or fabric in front of you. That's this yellow one, and we want to make it horizontal so that all the strips are now verticals. Next, take one of your paper or fabric strips in this case, one of the purple strips. And starting from the left, you want to fold over and under the paper, alternating. So we'll go over and under, over and under, over and under. And keep doing this until you get to the end of the paper. Great. Now, for the next sheet, you want to do the reverse. So instead of going over and under, you want to go under and over. So we want to go in front of this sheet and under that sheet. Over this sheet and under that sheet. The result is a square pattern where you see that it's alternating, similar to how bricks alternate. And we'll keep doing this until we get to the end. So again, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. So you want to keep doing this until you've gotten to the end of the paper. Now that you've made it to the end of the sheet, you just want to make sure that all of your woven strips are pinched together. So make sure you don't have any extra space between them. And you might find that you have room to make another woven section. And there you have it. You have created a woven example, similar to what the weaving structures would be for kente cloth. You're on your way to making your own hand-woven cloth. Thank you for joining us for today's Virtual Family Saturday. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Be on the lookout for more Family Saturdays in the new year, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.